God bless you. Good morning. How everyone doing?
Good morning.
Today we're going to talk about youth and sexuality beyond the birds and the bees. Adolescence is a time when young people develop a clear sense of sexual behavior. This is a time when teens choose to have sex before being properly educated on sexuality. And when they're not properly educated, it brings a lot of problems in social life in the families and themselves. As they grow and mature, teenagers acquire information about their sexuality. They're really concerned about their sexuality. In doing so, I feel like they need a proper education at this time. The purpose statement here is the choice of youth being made aware of sex in their bodies is raising members of bisexual, sexual activity, gay teens, sexually transmitted disease. By we giving them a proper understanding about sex, it will bring out a better education, especially to our youth at this time. As a teenager making the right choice in life, the researcher will do her best to provide, his best to provide research to draw attention to the negative effects to promote sexual alerts. Talking about sex, silence around sexuality, parents reclaiming sexual education. If the parents do more of the teaching instead of the school, that the children will have a more respect of sexual education. They will have a more hands-on experience right at their hands, where they can ask personal questions, and they will feel more better and get a better understanding if the parents will give them a better understanding of this, about questions about bisexual, gender, sexually transmitted disease, and pregnancy. Then we have a better understanding. Talking about sex, we see the uncompared truth. 50% of high school students have had sex. 34% of the current active. 14% of them report 4 or more sexual partners. And this way it brings about all these kind of problems. You see, it brings about HIV, AIDS, syphilis, craft, teenage pregnancy. They got chlamydia, and you know, it's really serious. It's really serious that we teach our children about abstinence until marriage, because taking a child into our home one time, we've realized that we might need to get her checked out, which we really did. We found out that she had chlamydia, which she didn't even know. Sex is a popular thing when our children get to this adolescent stage of life. So we need to take it seriously and sit down as parents and educate our children instead of allowing the school system to educate our children about this sexual promiscuous activity when you come upon this age. We see that sexing, the cell phones is a open avenue to our children with sex. We see that they can text each other, they can send photos and things of this nature, and then if this is put in their system, if they put in their spirit, eventually they're going to want to act on it. Without the proper education, they can act on it, and just like we had referred back earlier about all these diseases they might cure, or the pregnancy. And then once something happens, it's happening, then you're going to have to figure out how you're going to work that out. So we got to understand that the cycle phone is one avenue that we want to try to keep them away from when it comes of sex. Parent involvement and peer pressure. This is all about really trying to get you all to know that the parents, if the parents don't get involved, and we allow the school just to educate, they're going to be really, most schools just teach about prevented sex and things like that. I have been to school, and I had went to my daughter's school that when she was in elementary. We went to a thing at a Discovery Place here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they was teaching them about sex, and I was so surprised that they would teach this in an elementary. But we have to take our care of our own children, our teenage adolescents, and teach them on a personal level to let them really know that sex will come in the proper time. And as a Christian, I would say during marriage time. So being absent until marriage. And I end with this. An article entitled, "It's Only a Picture, Setting, Smelling, Snapshots, Felony Charges," written by Richard Clifford. These articles focus on the practice of sexing. These articles focus on, the majority of these articles focus on having sex without being prepared. Having sex without being prepared. We got this having sex through the cell phone. We got to understand that sex is overrated in our adolescence. There is another article, "Impact of Parent-Children Sexual Communication Campaign," written by Kevin C. Davis. And it advises that parents have the ability to influence their children discussing regarding sexual behavior. Our parents, the parents do have a real, true influence when it comes to educating the children on sexual behavior. We should realize the risk of HIV and other sexually transmitted diseases, as well as unwanted pregnancy among the teens in the United States, is so high that some of the teens in different states leave the country, leave that state in HIV. So we need to be aware of sexual diseases, especially among our adolescents. Thank you.